Guys, welcome back to the channel. I've just bought $5,000 worth of Xcn tokens and I'm going to explain why in this video. Now, for all of you that are in this community, you're probably worried at the moment because Xcn has been on a downwards spiral since the end of January. But of course, many of you understand this isn't unique to Xcn. We're also seeing this with other altcoins in the market. Now, as price is currently down, this is the time to take advantage of cheap prices. But some of you have probably bought, but prices continue to go down. So why am I buying more now? There's two things that I'm expecting to happen this week, right? This is a make or break week. We've got so much important fundamental data that is going to drive the entire cryptocurrency market crazy. Now, with this data that's coming, we're either going to see Xcn move lower, which means we could see a 30% sell-off. I don't think it will be a deep sell-off, to be honest with you. Xcn has been pretty stable when you compare it to other coins in the market. So maybe we see about a 20%, maybe 20, let's say 20 to 30% sell-off. I think 30% sell-off would be more serious. We'd probably see Bitcoin maybe around the $76,000 or $75,000 price area to see that kind of a downside move. But with that being said, the downside sell-off that we could see could drive Bitcoin down to 74,000, potentially even down to 70,000. Right? So that's what we have to be prepared for. Now you're immediately saying, well, why are you buying then? Well, on the other side of the coin is the data could send the market completely parabolic. Essentially, the moment we've all been waiting for as Xcn holders, as altcoin holders, waiting for the market to go completely parabolic. And you do have to remember, we're about to enter historically one of the most profitable months for the stock market and the cryptocurrency market. Now, if the data is good, we could see Xcn go up, wait for it, more than 300 to 400% within the next 3 weeks, potentially even 2 weeks, depending on how big the upside move is. Remember, we're about to start the second quarter. We're also about to start April. So we're looking at a short-term move of about a 3 to 4x. Now, for me personally, the data that we're about to see will give us the signal that we're looking for within the next 48 hours. And again, if you guys are new here, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on the updates that I'll be posting on Xcn daily. So again, guys, make sure you subscribe. Also, make sure you're a part of my free Telegram group below so you can join my inner circle. And I've got some updates in there that's actually walking everybody through what's happening in the broader market and how you can prepare right now for these potential moves. Again, that's in my free Telegram group below. The link is in my description. Now, with all this being said, for me personally, if we do see the signal that indicates we're going to see a further downside move, which means we could see Xcn, and again, I forgot to say the price. Let me just tell you guys how low we could go. As about, let's just say worst case, 30%. So that brings down to 0.00068,052, right? Which would be about a 30% move from where we currently are now. Now, if my indicator, and my indicator is a macro indicator, so I'm looking at stocks, key stocks like the Dow Jones, S&P 500, the Nasdaq. I'm looking at these larger markets. I'm also looking at news data from the mainstream that's obviously going to send shockwaves through the entire market. If key levels are breached on the indicators that I'm looking at, all I'll do is just move my Xcn to break even. By break even, I mean move it into a stable coin. And this is so I don't suffer any downside losses. And then when that 30% moves happens, depending on where the market is, because price could actually move lower than that. And I want all Xcn holders to be aware of this. Yes, we could see Xcn go even lower, which ultimately would give, for those of you that missed this, I believe it was a 17x, 20x plus 21x move to the upside, you have the potential to buy back in at the lows. But hopefully that doesn't play out, but it could happen. So by me moving to stable coins, I ensure I don't suffer this loss, and then I can just buy back in at the low, right? So that's my game plan. If you guys want to be a part of this, right, and you will know because I'm updating on several different projects. In fact, one of our projects, a NanoCap, went up over 109% over the past 48 hours whilst the market was going down, right? So for us, we clearly know what we're doing here, right? So if we do see this reversal, if we do see this downside move, then we'll simply move into stables. And if you want to make sure that you're on the same page as us, you can join my Crypto Crew Premium channel. The link is in my description. See the link below, right? So see the link below, Crypto Crew Premium, and you'll get access to what I'm about to do, where the market is going to go next, and where Xcn should go. Now let's focus on the positive now. If you made it this far in the video, congratulations, because now we're going to get into further gems, things that you can prepare for. Now let's assume we're going to see the upside move. Our macro indicator is actually moving to the upside as we speak. So we should start to see the overall cryptocurrency market go up. So get prepared for that right now, right? So Xcn, we could see Xcn potentially go up, 15-20% today, which would bring us to about 0.00113408. Now I know you guys are not buying for a 15 percentage point gain, so let's walk you through the upside move. Now ultimately, for us to move out the danger zone, if you've been entering, let's say between 0.0153321 and let's say this bottom here, if you've been buying within this zone, ultimately, for you to feel at ease and comfortable again, we need to see price go up at least 130% from where we currently are now, which would bring us to 0.022047. Why this area? Once we hit this area, this is when we're going to see frenzy buying. More people will jump on board. It should push price up even higher. And at this point, pretty much anybody that's been buying around this area will be in the profit. And even if the market does reverse, you'll be in a position where you can exit the market without suffering a loss, right? So we need to see that at least 130% upside move from where we currently are now. Now, if we do see Bitcoin, let's say, make its way to 90,000 or 90, let's say 90,000, 95,000 within the next week or two, well, then we should see that move to our yearly highs, right? But I'll be completely transparent with all of you. I don't think we hit a 3 or 4x until on Xcn, until Bitcoin at least goes back up to its all-time highs for the year, which would be around let's say 110,000, maybe 111,000. Now, with that being said, there could be fundamental changes. I know I'm going to get that in the comment section. What about the fundamentals? What about this? What about that? Right now, that's all irrelevant at the moment. But let's say there is some fundamental news data that drives price up, before we hit all-time highs for Bitcoin. And that's what's happening on one of the nano caps that I've given out to my CC premium members. Again, you can all get access to that project. It's still under a $10 million market cap, and we're aiming for around a short term about a 20 to 50x on that project. Now, with that being said, assuming there is fundamental data, then we could hit this high before 110,000, right? And at that point, right, depending on where the market is, you will have a few choices to make. Do you, essentially leave at break even, or do you wait for price to hit the midterm target at 0.009110225? Because that is the midterm target. From where we currently are now, that is about an 850% 52 percentage point move, which means the people that have been buying since the start of the year will be up over a 33x on Xcn. And that's just the power of being in early. I know a lot of people are going to talk about, what about the people that are down 80%? What about the people that have been buying this, for a while and are completely wrecked? The opportunity to dollar cost average is there. You can average out your position and basically wipe away your loss, just buying it back up to its January highs, or buying it back up to our midterm point, right? Which should be around here. Now at this point, this is where ultimately we have to review the overall market climate, where we are at overall, the macro data once again, and that will determine whether we'll make our way to what I had drawn in from this low. Let me just walk you guys through this area. From where we are now, it's now a 15x. It was a 10x before, but prices moved down further. 15x from where we currently are now, right? So I'm going to be updating on real time. I'm going to walk you through the journey to at least the short-term target, which would be at our January highs, and then of course that midterm target. But these are the areas I'd be focusing on now. If you're focusing on $1, $2, $3, that's all well and good, but you're probably going to lose all your money with that mindset. Why? Because let's say the market goes up 20 cents, or the market goes up 50 cents, but you don't take profit because you're focused on $1, or you don't take profit because you don't understand the macro data. You don't understand that once the macro data hits a certain level and certain indicators are triggered, it's a cue to take profit and leave the market, because if not, the market will crash. And we're about to see this in real time. In fact, I want you all to pay attention to Bitcoin and Xcn right now. Currently, the macro data, right? The stock market is starting to reverse, starting to move to the upside, right? We're going to see if this can be sustained. But if we do see a green day for the stock market, we do see the reversals from the sell-offs that we saw last week, we should see Xcn and Bitcoin pick up bullish momentum. Now, if that does actually occur, number one, you understand that the macro is the crystal ball and the data you need to understand if you want to survive in this current market. Again, I can help you with all of that. Join Crypto Group Premium, join the free Telegram group, right? But you also know that, okay, well, if the market going up affects Xcn and Bitcoin, then surely if the market goes down, we should see the same. And that's why fixating on $1, $2, $3 is a recipe for disaster. But we'll talk about that in the next video, or we'll continue the conversation in our free Telegram group below. Anyway, guys, remember, nothing that you see in this video is financial advice. Always make sure to do your own independent research. I'll be updating on Xcn daily, so make sure you're all subscribed. And if you like this video, send it to a friend, and let's grow the community. Until next update, guys, seize the day.